Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of English with Lewis. With me, Lewis, and my mum.
Hello, I'm Julie. I'm Lewis's mum, and it's just really nice when he visits and we can have a chat.
So in this video, we're going to ask and answer some random conversation questions and give you some listening practice. So mum, shall we get started?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Welcome to English with Lewis. Let's go! So here I've got my laptop and I'm on a website called LearnHip and it generates random conversation questions. So as you can see, here it says press start to begin. So I'm going to press the button and ask my mum the first question. Ooh.
Could be interesting.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
No reason to be nervous.
It could be anything.
Okay, Mum, which celebrities annoy you? Which celebrities get on your nerves?
Oh dear, that's a really strange question.
Are there any celebrities that grind your gears?
No, because I feel awful then if I selected somebody. I know that's not the answer that you wanted.
You see, my mum is a saint. All of my mates from school used to always say that Julie, mum would never say anything bad about anyone. So there aren't even any celebrities that annoy you?
No. We're going to have to do something.
No. Fair enough. Let's move on to the next question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. These are hard questions.
Are you nervous?
Absolutely, yes.
Uh-oh. How many different places have you lived? How many different places have you lived in?
Well, I started off where I was born, in Bradford, in Tyersall. And I lived there until I married your dad, which was almost 40 years ago.
Time flies, eh?
When you're having fun. No, he's lovely. He's lovely. Yes, we our first house then was in Idle, which is another way of saying lazy. So we did move from there, and then we've just been in Bingley ever since.
Okay, and we've been in this house for how many years, Mum?
25.
25 years. Wow. And
yes.
Is this your dream house, would you say?
No, my dream house would be in the countryside, but obviously when I was working I needed to be close to work, to the school where I was, so who knows, we could end up moving.
Okay, watch this space.
That sounds way more exciting than it really is. We're just going to have the kitchen refurbished and just stay here and enjoy my early retirement.
So my mum recently retired and now they're going to get the kitchen done. They're going to renovate the kitchen. So related to that, retirement. How is retired life?
I'm enjoying it. Yes, I miss some people and the children, but it's nice. It's really nice. And of course I'll be looking after my grandson soon. Not Lewis's. My daughter's got a baby, so that will be lovely to look after him a couple of days. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's all happened at the same time. My mum's retired and my sister had her first child. So now he's just about 1 year old. He's about to turn 1, so he's just starting to crawl. So then mum is going to be the babysitter looking after her grandson. Woohoo!
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be lovely.
Oh.
Family's everything.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to the next question. It's not touchscreen. So I've just given my mum the laptop and she started pressing the screen thinking that it was a touch screen. But no, now it's my mum's turn to press the button and ask me a question. So go ahead, mum.
Right.
It's all on you.
Let's see.
And you need to move the cursor to the place where it says next card.
Woo!
Now, ask me the question.
How do you take your coffee?
Okay, how do I take my coffee? How do I like my coffee? Well, It's interesting because, Mum, you don't like coffee at all, do you?
I don't drink tea or coffee. I've just never liked it. The only exception is that I do like tiramisu. Yeah, but I think, hey,
you have a
that's
sweet
cake.
tooth.
Yeah, that's cake, so it doesn't count as coffee.
No, 100%. But yeah, it's weird that you don't like tea, coffee, no caffeine, except when it comes in cake form in tiramisu. But in my case, usually I just have an espresso, so I can have like a shot of caffeine in the morning. Sometimes I might have like a flat white or a latte, but to be honest, I think coffee is tastier if you have it on its own, so you can taste the coffee. But I'm not a fan of instant coffee. And Mum, in your case, have you tried coffee to try to like it? Because I didn't used to like coffee until I was like 20 or something like that.
I think that's when you were in Italy. I think that's when you started drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I've tried it occasionally, but I just don't like it. I just like juice, or just fruit juice, smoothies, water. A woman of simple tastes.
And she's so healthy as well. I mean, just juice.
Well, no, I need to exercise, but we'll brush over that.
A nice phrasal verb she used, to brush over something. If you don't really get into the topic or speak about it in more detail, you just brush over it and move on. So on that note, let's move on to the next question. Okay, my turn now. I'm going to press the button once again and ask my mum a question. Aha, interesting. Nice and easy. Mum, how often do you get your hair cut?
About every 6 or 7 weeks. But I'm what you would call low maintenance. So I don't really like having my hair done. Some people love to go to the hairdressers to relax, to have it coloured, to have it blow dried. And usually people say, what are you doing tonight? And you make what we call small talk. But me, I would rather just go, have a quick cut and be done.
Just getting it over and done with.
Yeah.
Just getting in and out. So you get your hair cut like every 6-7 weeks, you said?
That's right, yeah.
And when you enter the hairdressers, what do you ask for? Because it can be a little bit confusing for people when they go to the hairdressers in another country or another language, and you're like, cut.
Well, you could ask for a cut and blow dry, which means that they will wash your hair, shampoo it, condition it. They will cut it whilst it's wet, and then they will dry it into a style. Hopefully better than this one.
Doesn't it look fantastic?
Oh, no.
It's funny because actually my sister cut my hair yesterday because I don't really like going to the barbers. So I went to my sister's house, she cut my hair, I asked for just a 1 on the back and sides and then trimmed on top. So I got my hair cut yesterday, and you got your hair cut this morning, right?
I did, because I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. So I just wanted to look quite nice as a guest. And my hair's quite curly and what I describe as unruly. So I just wanted to tame it a little bit. If the sun shines, it will look good. If it's raining, it will be huge.
Like a lion's mane. Awesome, cool. Let's move on to the next question.
What sports do you like to watch?
This one's easy.
It's absolutely
easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I like sport in general. I like all sports really, but some more than others. The sport that I like to watch the most is without doubt football. Football, British English, soccer, American English. And yeah, if I don't know what to do or what to watch, I'll just put football on. In particular, like the highlights of different matches. And I like to listen to football as well with like podcasts. But when the Olympics are on, I can kind of watch any sport and be entertained. I also like cricket, rugby, cycling, maybe not as much.
That's more Lewis's dad. He absolutely loves cycling. Lewis grew up playing football in the local team, I used to be there every Sunday cheering him on. It would be wet, it would be cold, but we would just be like, come on.
Come on, Lewis, score a goal.
Yes. Sometimes they did. Not always.
Not very often.
But no, you were good. And it was part of a team.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, it was friendships. It's about that as well. Yeah.
And so Mum mentioned that my dad loves cycling. He was always watching cycling, the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, the La Vuelta a España. And for me, it's always a little bit boring to watch cycling, but I enjoy cycling itself. But Mum, how about you? What are your favourite sports, if any?
Not many. I do have a bike. It's not a racing bike. We live near a canal, so if I'm cycling, I cycle on the canal away from the traffic, and it has to have a cake stop. So we usually stop. I go with some other girls, ladies, really our age, and we just stop somewhere and we have, in my case, juice. They have a cup of tea,
tiramisu, maybe.
Yeah, they'll have some cake or ice cream, and then we'll just cycle back. I'm probably the slowest.
I'm sure she's playing it down. She's kind of underestimating her ability, right?
No, I'm okay. I can get back. I did actually fall off a couple of weeks ago, so that was embarrassing. But when you fall off and you hurt yourself and somebody says, are you okay? And you say, I'm fine. And you're thinking, no.
Uh-oh. And so when my mum did fall off her bike recently, she sent a photo on like a family Facebook group and she had a huge bruise. So was it your leg?
I was bruised on my elbow, but then the bike sort of fell onto me, so that bruised my leg as well. Not pretty.
So yeah, a bruise or to bruise your leg is when it hurts when you touch it. It could be a variety of different colours, usually purple, blue, green, and that's when you have a bruise. So clumsy, isn't she?
I had a graze as well, which is when the skin gets rubbed off and it bleeds a little bit, but I'm okay.
She's a survivor.
Yeah, make me sound way braver than I really am.
She's very brave. Now let's do another question. I think we're getting the hang of it now, right?
We are. I'm starting to relax slightly.
You see,
Still
Mum,
nervous.
she's always really nervous when I try to rope her into doing these videos, but she's a natural, you know?
Well, I just do it because I love you.
Aw. Okay, focus.
Yes.
Next question. Do you think people rely too much on technology nowadays?
Well, I guess I grew up without so much technology, so I probably don't relate as much as the younger generation. But having said that, I often, if somebody will say something, I'll just Google that. Or sometimes I might be watching like a television program, and I'll say to my husband, Bruce's dad, sorry, no.
It's all right. She stumbled over her word. She said, my husband, Bruce's dad. What she wanted to say was Lewis's dad, and my dad is called Bruce. But carry on, keep going.
Okay. We'll just fumble through this.
Perfect.
So I will say to Bruce, who's that actor? What has he been in before? And Bruce obviously like, no idea. So me being me, I'm just like onto Google, and then like, oh, it's so and so. He was in this film or that film. I need to know. Whereas obviously before technology, I would have had to let my brain do the work. Now it's just too easy to think, oh, I'll just look it up.
Exactly. It's easy. I think I can speak for myself when I say that I rely on technology far too much. I'm always on my laptop, on my phone. I'm a little bit addicted. I haven't got the best memory either with certain things, so then I'll look things up as well. Not only using Google, but also using ChatGPT and using AI. So yeah, I think I do rely on technology far too much.
But sometimes it's good. I mean, the banking, there's lots of things you can do. But,
Exactly. I would say that with technology, the pros outweigh the cons. So there are more advantages to disadvantages, clearly.
Absolutely, there is, yes.
Cool. All right. Well, Mo,
All right. My
over
turn.
to you.
Thank you.
The power is in her hands. Now it's her turn to ask me a question.
What's the best thing about being in a relationship?
Oh, romantic question. So I would say the best thing about being in a relationship is having a friend that you usually live with and you share secrets with, you can trust, you can have fun with. If the weekend comes and it's been a hard week, then you can always go out, clear your head, have fun with someone, and then share many beautiful times and create memories together. So I think it's beautiful being in a relationship.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, it's a little bit lonely after a while if you are single. Of course, everybody is different. So maybe for some people, it's the perfect scenario to be single and have this complete freedom. But at least in my case, I really enjoy being in a relationship and having someone to count on and to have fun with and to, spend the rest of your life with.
It's like you'd say, to share special things, and that somebody's got your back as well. That means that they look after you, they care about you, and it's just nice. Just nice.
It's just nice. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. I'll take the laptop and let's do another question after that deep answer. So, decisions. Mum, do you think there are too many cars on the road? Is there too much traffic? And if so, what is the solution?
Well, definitely there are too many cars. The pollution, it's a worry. Where we live, they've introduced what they call clean air zones to try and cut that down for the health of the population, especially in an inner city. The problem is, maybe you could do car share, something like that. That would probably help if you're going. The only thing is, a lot of people work from home now, so that is cutting it down. There are too many cars on the road, but if you need to get from A to B and it's quicker, then sometimes unfortunately you just have to jump in the car and go.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned you can carpool or car share, and you can go to work in the same car and give each other lifts, pick someone up and go to the same place. And that will, as you say, cut down on the number of cars being used. But also public transport, of course. It's not for everyone. If you live in the countryside, for example, it's very complicated. But if you live in a big city, then I think most people don't need cars. I speak for myself again when I say that I don't like driving personally. I can drive, but if I'm living in the city, I can easily walk places, cycle places, get a tram, a train, a bus. But yeah, it becomes harder when you're living in the outskirts or the countryside because you can't really go anywhere if you don't have your own car.
I mean, it keeps you fit living in a city. I mean, obviously you run marathons as well, so you are fit. So I see we're complete opposite. But no, I need a car because I look after my elderly mum. So I need to be able to go and make sure she's okay. So it wouldn't be feasible, it wouldn't be easy if I was getting a bus or two buses to get to her. So it's a balance.
Exactly. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you think there are too many cars on the road where you are? I know in England there are so many cars on the road, but maybe it's not the same all over the world. So let us know in the comments. Okay, well, next question. Mum?
Over to me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Would you prefer to live in a city or in the countryside?
Well, this is kind of related to what we spoke about earlier with cars, but yeah, it's tricky because I'd want the best of both worlds, because I like living in a city because you've got loads of places you can go, you've got parks, you've got restaurants, you've got bars, you've got cafes, you've got different entertainment options as well. And then it's much easier if you're in a city to be able to travel to other cities. But then you might have noisy neighbours, maybe it's a little bit less safe, it's more dangerous perhaps in some cities. It can be a little bit dirtier as well. And yeah, there is that thing of having so many people around you can be a little bit stressful at the same time. So when I come back here to Bingley, it feels nice and relaxing because we're not exactly in the countryside, but we're kind of in the middle.
Yes, it's sort of a suburb, so we're not in the inner city part. I mean, some parts of the city are beautiful and the architecture and things, but personally, when we wanted a family, we wanted somewhere with a garden, and it's just nice. The schools are nice. Now, when my in-laws retired, they moved up to the Yorkshire Dales, which is absolutely beautiful. But personally, there's just not enough for me. I just need to be just a little bit closer to more amenities. But for other people, it's perfect.
No, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, if you're in the countryside, then it will be very quiet, very relaxing. You'll have some nice walks and like hikes that you could go on. But yeah, being in the middle of nowhere, I don't know if it's for me. If I had to choose, I think I would rather live in the city centre of a big city than completely isolated in the middle of nowhere.
I think so too. Each to his own. But Lewis, you like eating out, don't you?
I like food. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got that in common.
Awesome. Cool. In that case, let's do one more question and then we will finish off and wrap it up. So, Mum, over to you. Do you prefer winter clothes or summer clothes?
A tricky one. Well, obviously in England, you tend to wear more wintry clothes. It's rare that you can put on the shorts and t-shirts, but when you do, it's fantastic. Maybe not the shorts now at my age, but hey. But no, it's very nice to put on a summer dress. And when the sun's shining, it's beautiful. But then in the winter, when it's cold, you wrap up. That means you put lots of layers on, maybe a scarf, a hat, go for a long walk, and that's good too. Yes.
No, I think it depends, of course, if it's summer and you're sweating all the time. Like a month ago, I was in Spain, I was hot, and I was kind of looking forward to coming back to England because I'd been in the hot, sweltering Spain summer for like a month. And I was a little bit, I don't want to say fed up of it, but I was excited about coming back here and it being cold. But,
and raining.
Yeah, raining, it's cloudy at the moment. But yeah, I think when it comes to clothes, I prefer wearing shorts, t-shirt, not having to wrap up, because there's nothing worse, in my opinion, than it being really cold outside and wearing a hat, scarf, having really red cheeks, a big coat, and then going inside somewhere and it being hot inside. And then suddenly I'm like, whew,
Yes.
So summer for me is the winner, I think.
Yeah, I would say summer too, to be honest. Yes, it's just that it's a bit more rare here.
Exactly. Well,
but then we appreciate it.
Exactly, yeah.
Everyone smiles when the sun's out.
You treasure it, you cherish it when it's good weather in England because it doesn't happen very often. Awesome. So I think we will finish off there. And I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me and my mum, of course, with this English podcast, British English Conversation. We've used some advanced terms during the way. So if you have any doubts, let us know in the comments. And yeah, Mum, thank you so much. Are you relieved?
I am slightly relieved now. I've only fumbled a few times, but hey, they say practice makes perfect.
Exactly. She's a natural.
No, I'm not.
Thank you, everybody, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.